The full hero team unites. Kael, Lyra, Riven, Seraphine, and Thorne. Selene and Ignis test their unity in escalating conflicts. Subscribe to Turmoil Studio to continue the Eclipse Saga. The morning sun pierced the smoky haze lingering over the outskirts. Villagers scrambled, their frightened cries mingling with the distant clash of metal and the rumble of approaching war machines. Kael's eyes scanned the perimeter from the wooden barricades hastily raised, noting the glint of Alaric's armored gauntlets as he strode over rubble, flanked by Selene's shadowy assassins. The air buzzed with tension. This was no training exercise, this was raw conflict. Lyra perched on the roof of a half-collapsed watchtower, bow strung taut, arrows glowing faintly with wind-charged energy. She tracked a swarm of shadow minions creeping through narrow alleyways, firing precise shots that tore through dark tendrils of energy. Every arrow forced an enemy to reveal itself, but each shot also exposed her to counterattack. Riven thundered down the main street, fists ignited with lightning, smashing through barricades and scattering enemies. Each movement was measured. He could have burned everything around him, but he restrained, aware of civilians hiding under debris. Sparks danced along cobblestones as he pivoted to intercept a charging guardian, his gauntlets leaving arcs of light on shattered walls. Seraphine glided between homes and rubble, a shield of soft golden light moving with her. She caught a falling roof beam just before it crushed a group of villagers, her aura pulsing in rhythm with her breathing. Every motion reinforced the team's defenses. Her healing energy trickled into Kael and Riven, stabilizing minor injuries before they slowed. Thorne sprinted across the battlefield, dual blades spinning in arcs that deflected attacks and forced enemies into predictable patterns. Each movement was tactical, calculated. He anticipated enemy reactions and fed real-time guidance to Kael. "Left flank," he shouted, vaulting over a toppled cart. "Lyra, cover the rooftops. Riven, intercept that guardian's strike." Kael charged into the fray, blade drawn and mind focused. Alaric's shadow-enshrouded gauntlets crashed toward him, sending up columns of debris. Kael timed his parry perfectly, sparks scattering, and drove forward, striking with precision that split Alaric's guard. Lyra's arrow struck the gap, embedding itself in the armored shoulder. Riven's energy pulse rippled through the street, forcing the remaining minions back. From the shadows, Selene moved silently. Her blades whispered against stone and wood as she cut supply lines and sabotaged enemy coordination. Every subtle strike destabilized the shadows' rhythm, giving the heroes a fleeting advantage. Yet her presence was a looming threat, a reminder that victory was not yet certain. A sudden roar split the air. A towering serpent emerged from the eastern ridge, black scales glistening under the sun, eyes glowing like molten coals. It lunged toward the town, forcing villagers to flee in panic. Kael's instincts screamed. He rallied the team. "Form a line! Protect the civilians!" "Riven, ground it. Keep it from reaching them." Riven slammed his fists into the cobblestones, sending shockwaves toward the serpent. Its massive head snapped back, narrowly missing a rooftop where Lyra had taken position. She released a volley of wind-charged arrows, each striking in perfect rhythm with Riven's strikes, slowing the serpent's advance. Seraphine created a radiant dome around trapped villagers, shimmering under the morning light, while Thorne calculated escape paths, redirecting both heroes and civilians safely. Alaric seized the opportunity, smashing through debris to intercept Kael. Sparks flew as gauntlets and sword collided. Kael countered with a swift combination, his strikes precise, pushing Alaric back without overextending. Thorne leaped into the fray, his dual blades creating a deadly barrier that prevented Alaric from advancing further into the town. Meanwhile, Lyra observed Selene's subtle sabotage. "She's cutting communications. Don't let her interfere," she shouted, firing an arrow that sliced through shadow constructs attempting to sever the town's defenses. Selene melted into darkness, reappearing behind a crumbling wall. Lyra adjusted, firing from an unexpected angle, forcing Selene to retreat temporarily. Riven's energy pulses synchronized with Kael's blade swings, Every crackle of lightning echoed through the streets, stunning enemies and opening opportunities. The serpent recoiled from a combined strike. Riven's shockwave, Kael's sword, and Lyra's pinpoint arrow forcing it back toward open ground, where Thorne's tactical strikes guided it away from civilians. Seraphine's voice rang clear, a soothing bell amid chaos. "Keep the line. Trust in each other." Her dome expanded, enveloping Kael and Riven as they exchanged rapid movements, while Thorne redirected enemies into the open for targeted strikes. Each hero acted as an extension of the others, a seamless coordination that only emerged from trials and shared danger. Skyward Guardian hovered above the town, wings spread wide, observing silently. Its presence was a reminder, neutral yet watchful. The subtle pressure of its gaze pushed both hero and villain to fight with precision, aware that every move was being measured. The battle reached a crescendo when Alaric called upon a massive gauntlet strike, cracking the ground and sending shockwaves toward the town's heart. Kael anticipated the arc, vaulting and striking a counterblow that shattered Alaric's forward momentum. Riven surged, electricity bursting outward, driving multiple minions away. Lyra's arrows struck with pinpoint accuracy, disabling weapons midair. Seraphine's aura flared, stabilizing collapsing structures. Thorne's strategy adjusted on the fly, redirecting energy flows to maximize hero efficiency. Even as victory seemed near, a shadow twisted near the western gate. Selene had returned, her blades cutting silently through defensive lines, a dagger poised to disrupt the team's formation. Kael pivoted mid-strike, deflecting her assault with a precise parry. Lyra's arrow grazed her side, forcing a retreat into the mist. The threat remained, unresolved, tension escalating. The beast, serpent, now disoriented, retreated under combined pressure, limping back toward the ridge. The remaining guardians regrouped, shaken by the hero's resilience but unbroken. Kael, Lyra, Riven, Seraphine, and Thorne stood in the town square, battered, breathing heavily, yet their unity had held firm. The first meaningful victory of the campaign was theirs. Kael lowered his sword, scanning the aftermath. Civilians emerged cautiously, nodding in gratitude, some approaching the heroes with quiet reverence. Lyra exhaled, tension leaving her limbs, exchanging a nod with Kael. Riven's fists sizzled down to residual sparks. Seraphine's aura glowed steady. Thorne adjusted his stance, calculating the next moves, eyes sharp. Above, Skyward Guardian tilted its head, wings still, observing. Its neutral presence remained a silent warning. Future threats were not diminished, only delayed. Erendor's glow flickered faintly in the distance, reminding the heroes that the tether remained fragile, the eclipse patient, and every choice counted. The town square was scarred. Walls bore gashes, rooftops were shattered, and smoke curled in lazy spirals. Yet the people survived. The heroes had proved coordination could triumph over shadow forces. But the cost was clear. Every victory would demand vigilance, strategy, and trust. Kael sheathed his sword slowly, eyes meeting each member of the team. "We've held them back," he said. "But the fight has just begun. Every step forward, we adapt. Every failure teaches. Every choice matters." Lyra's arrows gleamed faintly as she knocked the next one, scanning rooftops. Riven flexed, still alert, sparks tracing the edges of his gauntlets. Seraphine's light pulsed softly, harmonizing with the tether. Thorne adjusted his stance, blades ready. The horizon darkened subtly, clouds thickening with shadow. The first true test had been passed. The heroes had learned to act as one. But Selene, Alaric, and the remaining shadow forces lingered, watching, waiting, calculating. Erendor's small voice whispered, faint yet full of promise, "Keep moving." The light grows through courage. The town's defenders slowly regrouped, inspired by the heroes' actions. They knew the shadow was relentless, yet the coordination and unity of the five, Kael, Lyra, Riven, Seraphine, Thorne, had left a mark on the battlefield. The balance had shifted, if only temporarily. Skyward Guardian's pair of eyes soars high, wings casting shadows over the town. Silent but aware, beyond the mountains, the eclipse waits, patient, foreboding. And with that, the heroes step forward together, battered but unbroken, ready for the trials to come.